Hey Rolesville, hope you're doing well today. Glad to come to you from out here at Rolesville High School. We got a couple of videos we're going to show you we made in the last few weeks out here at the high school. A lot of things going on out here. A lot of things going on in Rolesville. We just finished our rec day this past weekend. Big turnout for that. That was a really exciting day. Also farmers market. I think this was the second or third week that they've been back open up. They now relocated to Cobblestone, doing really well. A lot of businesses down at Cobblestone is opening up. So if you haven't been there, if you haven't checked it out, be sure to do that. And we got a great show today. We got a couple of things we're going to talk about. One has to do with kind of the craft programs that goes on, the trade programs at Rolesville High School. And we're going to be looking at some of that. They got a special events to deal with that. So that's going to be pretty exciting. And also we're going to check out the baseball team. They got a new baseball coach. You get to meet him and we'll get to meet the team, and very excited about the show this week, and just hope you guys enjoy it. So stand by and let's take off with it.
My name's Greg Kozar. I'm the carpentry teacher here at Rolesville. We are part of this shed competition, but not this year. We're in training for next year. This is only our second semester of having carpentry, so we need a third semester, but we will be having a team here next year.
How many kids is in your carpentry program?
Right now there's 40. There'll be more next year.
That's a lot. 40 is a lot.
They have to pass the basic course of construction course, and that goes for all three of the trades. So if they get certified in construction core, not only OSHA certified, but in construction core, then they can elect to be at our school, HVAC, carpentry, or electrical. But they have to have that basic certification. Then from there, once they have the level 1, then they can compete, whether it's in HVAC or electrical or carpentry. Mm-hmm. So that most of the first year safety, learning tools, things like that. And then this is a after school type project where we'll be partnered up with a contractor, and they'll bring their people to help us with any questions we have. They are our sponsors. They will help us with material. They'll help us with their knowledge. And a lot of times what happens there, they build a relationship with the kids, and they'll hire them right as soon as they come out of high school.
Right.
So they have the opportunity to help train their workers as they're helping us.
Yeah,
so it's a win-win for both of us.
Yeah, they come in with more knowledge than some people working there already.
Oh yeah. So they'll, like for Volt, since we've had Volt competition before, 2 of the girls that won it are back here working for LL Van. So they're here now helping LL Van work.
Right.
And it's starting to grow where not only you have the first generation of kids that graduate and move on. Now we're starting to groom the second generation. So their bosses may be from our high school.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we have here. And the Terry teacher over here, he's been doing it since they started. Last year, all 6 of their kids got offers for jobs.
Yeah, you mentioned girls in the program. So what's the percentage? Is it a pretty good percentage of girls?
No, it's not. In any trade, they're very valuable, and they got a great heart, a project manager's heart. Some of them like to do the hammering and the electrical, but there's just not enough. And they're very good.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you'll see down there, their team came in third last year, the
Right.
girls team.
Right.
And they can work together. And this skill, or this shed competition is it's like a football team, basketball team. There's got to be communication, the same terminology, and that's where the contractors help us out. Say, okay, this is what we're doing in the field now. You know, I haven't been in the field for some years. I have old techniques that doesn't change a whole lot, but there's new material, new things that they're trying, and that's what we like about the contractor aspect of it. They can bring in that stuff, and they provide all the PPEs for the competition and the hard hats, the vest, you know,
Right.
and everything else is done through the school.
Right. Now talk a little bit about your shed here, because I know it's important for you to sell them so you can put the money back in the program.
The selling of this doesn't go to each individual school.
Right.
This goes to Connect for Success, the one who are putting this on, who, you know, rents all this equipment, all the generators and that's their part of it. But they're great sheds, and we like to sell them. But next year, we're going to have some practice sheds for sale, which will come back into Rolesville High School.
Okay.
So that's what we're planning to do to help boost ours, so we can get some of the tools that we don't have.
Right.
Because we're limited in a budget for the county. But we want to set up our alumni
Right.
club or booster club for our trades, so we can, okay, right now we're short on Z flashing for here. So if we were building it, we wouldn't have to wait 2 months to get it through the school. We could run the Lowe's and use our booster club and would have it right there.
Right.
So, and the contractors help us out with that. You know, like all these ladders and that were bought through these teams selling sheds.
Gotcha.
You know, we're going to start off at the beginning of the year with dog houses, and those will be for sale too, which can be converted into anything.
Right.
So, but on a smaller scale, then we'll start doing this around November-ish. We'll be working on it.
So this shed looks like it's maybe 12 by 16. Is that
I
about
think it's 10 by 12.
10 by 12?
Next year they're going to be bigger. Next year they're also going to have to make their own doors. So they're going to be more like barn doors.
Yeah.
Cost of everything's going up, and the quality of the doors are not going up with the price.
Right.
So
That's right.
we're going to try something different. The sheds are going to be a little bit bigger. They're going to have the barn doors. We will be able to build them in-house and bring them. That'll be an advantage. I mean, we don't have to sit here and build them.
Right.
So we can use that.
So if someone wants to buy one of these, how much they cost, do you know?
Last year they were $3,000. Now, probably that's less than the materials cost. But there's a delivery fee of $300, I think, and Shed Depot delivery.
Okay.
So and some may change depending upon where they have to put them in your property. You know, that may change, but the basic fee I think was $300. I don't know right now. And we'll have it here again next year.
Yeah.
It's growing. It's bigger than it was last year. Did you get an opportunity to go in that simulator?
I did.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did you wreck anything?
No, I didn't do anything. I just talked
Were
to
you
him.
just watching them?
Yeah, and he explained all of them,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
This is the all female team. Do you want me to get the teacher over here?
You could. You could.
Let me see where he's at. But this is both. This is a female team here.
Yeah. And they are from Holly Springs, you said?
Yep, they're from Holly Springs. Actually, let me move this over a little bit. Right there's
All women team.
all women's team. And like I said, last year they came in third.
Yeah, that's
So,
cool.
Let me get the teacher over here, and he may be able to tell you a little bit more about it. All right?
Hey, Mike,
Hi.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
I used to own my own contracting business. Did that for about 10 years. I had a teaching degree prior to that. I used to teach at Cary High School. Went out, worked in the field for a good 10 years, and looked like 2008 was going to be a recession and all buildings stopped. So I went back to teaching, and I've been at Holly Springs ever since. So it's been about 16 years there.
How many is in your program at Holly Springs, your carpentry program?
About 120 kids.
120 kids. So how many classes? Is that 3 or 4 classes?
That's 6 classes over the entire year. So I get 60 per semester.
How about that? That's a lot.
It is, yeah.
And I see here you got a women's team, an all-female carpentry team.
We do. We had an interest in it. I get girls in my classes all the time. And when we started doing this shed competition, I was like, asked some of the girls if they were interested, and they were like, absolutely. So they came out here, and they've been doing it ever since. So it's been about, I think this is the 5th year that we've had a girls team, and they're doing great. Their work is beautiful.
How many is on the team?
There's 7 girls. There's 6 that are active on the field at any one time, and 1 alternate that, usually a underclassman that doesn't have much experience, but we try to get them in there, when they're needed. And it gives other people a break, but they get some experience doing this.
So do you think they're doing it for just the fun of it, or you think they make a career out of something
Oh, no,
similar?
I've had many of them make careers out of this. I had one girl, she got hired at age 17 by the town of Apex to be a building inspector. That was 2 years ago. She now makes more money than I do.
I bet.
As a teacher. I had another one that got a full ride to Alabama for a dual major in architecture and structural engineering. I've got other students at NC State, 3 or 4 of them, that are all taking engineering classes there. I've got one student, well, there's several that are working with these contractors around here that were my former students that went to college and are now, I've got one over here with Gil Bain, that's a structural engineer. I've got 2 or 3 others out here that started right out of high school, but they're now superintendents. I have one kid that's working in Durham on a high-rise. He's running the whole project, and I had him about 5 years ago, but he went to work right out of high school. They hired him, I think he started out at Precision Walls and then switched contractors, and I think he's with Salmon Corporation now.
Right.
But he's in charge of the whole project. He's got 200 people working underneath him, and he's only 23 years old.
That's good.
Yeah, he's making a lot of money.
So, and the need is out there for trade
huge.
people.
I've already had several of these general contractors come over here. They want some of these girls to work for them, and over there. So, that's what this is all about, is connecting the students with industry.
Right.
That's what we're trying to do. And if the kids want to go to college and work for these guys during the summertime or on their breaks, they can do that while they're going to college. But these companies need and want those kids.
Yeah.
Because they've got hands-on experience.
Do you have an apprenticeship program?
We do.
So you put them with companies at times, or?
Well, we have to be careful because they've got to be 18 years old. But Wake County has changed the rules on that, and we are now allowed to send them out when they're 16 years old with their parents' consent. But there's a lot of paperwork and liability that sort of ties the school system to the employer until the student graduates from high school. So yes, we're doing that too.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
it sounds like this is a good program. You got a lot going on with
It's a great program. And if these kids do nothing else with it, they're going to be a homeowner someday.
Right.
And they're going to be educated on
how to fix
their own stuff. And if they hire somebody to do something, they'll know what they're looking at.
Do you teach them to build a deck?
Well, we do everything.
Yeah, so I know a lot of homeowners.
We do. I mean, we're primarily carpentry, but we do plumbing, masonry, and electrical. We're going to be competing with Skills USA in Teamworks in Greensboro in about a month. And we've gone to nationals for that. So, this is sort of an entry to any part of the construction industry. So it's a great program.
It is a great program. Well, thanks for talking to me.
You're welcome. It's nice to
Appreciate
meet you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Now, Tim, he's here at Rolesville High School.
Yes, sir.
So you've been on the show a few times. Tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do out here.
Well, I'm Tim Style, the electrical trades instructor. I started in 2014, and I own my own company too, heating and air electrical company. And I wanted to come out and impart knowledge onto these students. They're fantastic, and I was sitting on the couch debating what I want to do with myself because money wasn't my motivator anymore because I made a lot. And this fell into my lap. I'm a high school diploma guy, so I didn't know this was an opportunity, and it became an opportunity, and I did the classes, got my teacher license, and now I get to impart the wisdom onto these kids and pass it along.
And it's an opportunity for a lot, not even like you yourself, but also for the kids too. It's a big opportunity for them to get into trades business, right?
They are in dire need for these guys to get into the trades business, but it's people first for me. I want them to follow through if they want to come this way. Don't force them to come this way. I want them to come this way. And I mentor them after school, build up their credit. We get them, homeowners. I got several homeowners at 20 years old. This guy right here, 21, homeowner, general contractor.
And he was one of your students?
One of my students, and it's funny because it's full circle because now I work for him. I go wire his houses that he's general contractor. So
right, that's amazing.
It's beautiful. And then I got a heating and air guy that does the same thing. I give him the heating and air, and we do the electrical sharing.
So how old is this guy?
He's 21.
He's 21.
Jaden Cox, straight, yep.
21, got his own business, making pretty good money.
Yep. Through Roseville. That's how they got the pass. And all these contractors out here that you see today are all for these kids to come on board and earn a career and a living.
Tell a little bit about the Volt program. I understand that's your program, kind of your baby.
Yeah, that's my baby. The Volt is these students, they go two per booth in a team, as a team. They get a box of materials and they get some conduit, and they got a plan, and then they got to execute the plan and install all the materials. They get a 4-hour build time. Then we take lunch, and then we go upstairs and we're going to do a 1-hour written test on code and safety. And that's this competition.
So they're about wrapping it up, looks like.
Well, they got a couple more hours on the build. Today they started a little late. I think they're going to 1 on the build, and then we're going to take a break for lunch. 1:45 to 2, we're going to go upstairs for the code test and the safety test.
Yeah, and how many schools? Is it just 3 schools doing the Volt? Or
no, right now we have South Garner's here, Millbrook's here, Bunn High School's here, Rolesville High School, and Fuquay.
Okay.
Yep, so five schools over here, and I think there's 9 or 11 over there.
And it looks like it's 25 booths, so that means there's 25 teams? Or
that's 25 teams, that's 50 students that are participating. Wake Forest Inspection Department comes out and does the judging. So it's a community project. Everybody around is trying to help everybody else to make a wonderful event for these guys, and they get the experience of being under pressure a little bit, and feeling that type of atmosphere.
Yeah, we went over and talked to Michelle a little bit, and some people over on the shed side. But what else do we need to see before we leave?
I guess if you walked all the way around, you've seen it. We got LL Van here. They've been a super sponsor for us.
What is up there at the...
Be Pro, Be Proud. We have that out there. It's a simulator truck that has truck driving in it. You can go welding. You can do crane operator, and there's several other things going on.
So that's not part of this program?
Well, it's part of our deal, yes. It's part of us.
It looks like it's...
we just had to put it over there for parking.
It looks like it's a Rolesville High School thing from here. Is that what that is? Or who's
Be Proud, Be Pro? Connect for Success NC is, and I'm not sure if it was Connect for Success NC or Wake County, because I know they go around to a lot of the middle schools too. And we have middle schoolers coming out today to get onto the truck as well. but we brought it here.
Yeah, I saw a
this
lot of
year
middle
'cause
schools.
It was awesome. It's very. You guys can go inside
Yeah.
and check it out.
Yeah, well, that's what we'll do next.
It's
then.
good.
Well, cool. Well,
Yep.
thanks.
Yes,
man.
you're very welcome.
Anything you
Good to
need,
see
let
you,
me
man.
know. Tell us a little bit about, you know, what is this? What is the purpose? And
So what we do is we take this truck all over the state, talking to 8th graders up to seniors in high school. So what we're trying to do is show them about the technical careers. So that is welding, plumbing, electrician, carpentry, the work they're doing out there at the shed competition. So they come in and we talk to them about scholarships, apprenticeships, and about where they can find jobs and training, and then we allow them to actually get their hands on the simulators. So when y'all walked in, they get to drive the truck.
Yeah, I saw the truck.
We have our virtual alignment bucket. They get to be, we have 3 different VR stations. We have a robot, we have 3D printers, we have CNC machines, we have a crane simulator, we have a forestry simulator. So they're allowed to just, we talk to them and then they're allowed to actually get their hands on it and just kind of get a feel of what they might like.
Yeah.
Because college isn't for everybody. But what we're trying to do is say, hey, if you want to go to college, that's great, but there's also these opportunities that you may want to get into. And it just helps kids, gives you options. Shows them what else is out there. Not, here's a path, but then there's here a path. This is a path, and this gives you a different direction.
So do you talk to them about what their potential of money is? Because I know truck drivers make a lot of money.
Our website,
lineman makes a lot of money.
Our website, the BeProBeProudNC.org, it has jobs that North Carolina has told us this is what people are making in North Carolina. This is how many jobs are available. This is what we need.
Right.
So truck driving, if you take a truck driving job now, it takes 6 weeks to get your CDLs, 40,000 up to start, and that's the low end. 6 weeks.
Right.
A lot of kids don't really understand that. Line workers could be 6 weeks to 8 weeks. 6 months to 8. People don't understand a lot of these jobs in 4 or 5 years.
Right.
I myself went to school for 6 years. Could make a whole lot more money if I went to school for this doing 6 months, and I went to school to get my master's in 6 years. That's why I try to tell the kids, school's great, we need doctors, we need lawyers, we need people to go that route.
But you need linemen too.
It's not going to be, yeah, exactly. You have to have the power on.
Right.
So that's what we try to explain to them, what's out there, and then hopefully they'll listen and they'll kind of explore a little bit, but that's what we're trying to do.
Well, if you don't mind, walk around a little bit and show us some of the things you got. So,
well, this is our forestry. He's running our forestry machine right now.
Okay.
So on this machine, they can actually load, strip, and cut the logs.
Okay.
So this one.
So you take this machine out into the field, out into the forest, I guess.
This is the same exact machine that you would have, that you see on the side of the road when they're cutting the trees down and stuff.
Yeah.
This is the same machine.
That's good.
This is our crane, so a boom truck. So they're actually getting to unload and load stuff off a boom truck. Mm-hmm. He is actually on our VR. He's actually being a diesel mechanic right now in the VR.
Gotcha.
We have a 3D printer. We have a CNC machine that we show him how it works. And so he's actually being a lineman right now in the corner. He's actually being a line worker.
Yeah, so he's getting up, and that's looks like he's got a virtual headgear.
Alltech is a company locally that makes the buckets for the truck, and so they donated that to us. So that's the actual one the kids will go up. That's the actual control box that they'll actually use to go up in the air and work on the power lines. Here's our robotic arm. Let me turn it on for you if you want to see it move.
Yeah, this looks pretty neat. So it's a lot of manufacturing. Well, you got a picture here up on the wall. So a lot of manufacturing is almost all robotic, right?
It is. Nowadays it is. Either that being good or bad, but it is all robotic. So this is our robotic arm we let the kids use. We used to let the kids control this, but it didn't work out well with 8th graders. Right. So we now they get to watch it work, and then they can watch a video on like the basics of how all this works,
right,
and what they actually would use the thing for. Then in the back we have our welder.
Yeah.
So the kids actually get to put the helmet on and actually get to virtually weld.
So they get to weld something.
They get to weld. They will actually get to put the real helmet on and weld a whole weld line together. And this teaches them basic hand placement, hand movement.
Yeah. Well, this is pretty
good.
good.
We have our videos kind of explaining them more about the money and what's in the area. But we do about 150 kids a day, 4 days a week.
Mm-hmm. And you go all over the state.
North Carolina has 2 trucks. We are the Mebane to the coast truck, and then the other truck does like Winston, Greensboro, Raleigh, all that. We're the eastern truck.
Right.
So we do, usually Raleigh's our big area for us, and it's a big area. So there's a lot of schools at Raleigh. There's like 45 middle schools in Wake County.
Right.
In this area. So we try to go to 4 schools a week and see as many kids as possible. Basically, it's 13 and up.
Okay.
And also, and I will say this truck's not just for high school or middle school. You can be 80 years old if you want to start a new career and go to our website and start a new career. So it's for everybody.
So Be Pro, Be Proud, is that a nonprofit organization?
Yes,
or what?
North Carolina owns this.
North Carolina.
We have a few private sponsors, but North Carolina is the one that funds this truck. They build it, they run it.
Gotcha. So it's sort of like a state organization
Yes,
or
sir.
something? Gotcha. Well, good.
Yes, it is. North Carolina has the boats every year, and they run this for us,
Good.
so we can see as many kids as possible.
Well, that's good. That is really good. Well, thank you a lot. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for coming on.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what you got going on
Okay,
today.
so we've been doing Connect for Success for 8 years.
8 years.
It's Connect for Success NC.
2
And
years at Rolesville.
2 years at Rolesville now. Is it 2 or 3? This is the 3rd year. Isn't
So
it?
this is the third one?
I think so.
Yeah, I
So
may
we
not-
started out at Cary High School, and it was funny because we started out with like 5 sheds in 2017, and we did it in the Buswood parking lot. Well, we started growing more sheds, more sheds, more sheds. Then we added the Volt.
Right.
VOLT stands for Vocational Occupational Learning Trades. SHED stands for Students Hands-On Experience Day. Once we added VOLT, we couldn't fit in the Cary parking lot anymore.
Right.
So I talked to Mr. Stile about possibly coming to Rolesville because they have so much real estate. And so it's just been history being here since. And now we add the middle school immersion, where I have contractors doing displays for the middle school students. And it's just, we got to start catching them younger and younger and younger.
That's right.
So what happened when before I started this business, I was meeting with contractors constantly. Every meet we'd go to, we'd talk about the skill trade shortage, right? And I was like, you know, you guys sit in these round tables, you talk about it, let's do something. It was the Cary High School teacher, Mr. Kimberly, who said, well, I've always thought about doing a shed. So it was his brainstorm. And my contractors jumped on going, yes, 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 let's do it. And so it's just continually grown and grown. Franklin County participates here now. Granville County reached out 2 weeks ago. Michelle, we want to get involved with Connect for Success NC. And so I told Billy from Bunn, if I can get Granville started, we can put Franklin back to Granville and do it there. So we actually did Pender County 2 weeks ago. In Wilmington, they had started out with 5 sheds, and they had Carteret County, they had Onslow was last year. This year they had Brunswick County, and we've had a lot of CTs come out from the other district going, we want in next year, we want in next year. So it's just amazing how it just grows itself. But we average 50 to 60 students a year getting a career in construction from what we're doing. Because I tell the kids when I go in the classroom, this shed contest and this Volt contest has nothing to do with the contest.
Yeah.
It's about building relationships and getting interviewed and getting recognized for your skills. So that way, I tell them, I said, when you're out here, you don't wear pajama bottoms. You dress for success like you're going to be a contractor. I don't want to see any Crocs. I don't want to see cut-off shorts. I don't want to see pajama bottoms. You dress like you're on the job. I don't want to see your cell phones out. Because this is like an interview. My contractors are looking at you for a possible employee. And what's really been fun is from 8 years ago, my students who are now contractors are actually the contractor partner now. A full circle has happened. And that is just the most fulfilling feeling when they, you know, the students call and say, Miss Michelle, my company's not a member of Connect for Success, but we want in on SHED.
Yeah.
I want them to join. I'm like, you were my student from Rolesville. You were my student from Cary. How cool is that?
It is very cool. So it sounds like it grows every year.
It does.
So how many sheds you up to? How many you building? You building 11?
And we need to sell them because I need to get the revenue back from my lumber.
Right.
Because Lee County is at the end of April in
Right.
Sanford.
Yeah.
So we got one more this year for Lee County, and then we'll be done with this year for this program. But we also do an event called Tools to Schools. So we go into the gymnasium, we get all these kinds of, like you see down there, to bring in pieces to put in the kids' hands because I'm trying to catch not just the CTE students, but also students that aren't even thinking about that as an option. So we touch more kids, then they go, aha, that is enough. It's more than just shovels and dirt, right?
It is.
I mean, there's estimating, there's project management, there's designing, there's marketing.
So Wake County schools, all the schools. Do all the schools have CT programs?
No,
CTE?
not all of them, but a good share of them.
Good share of.
So right now, Wake County Schools, there's 10 carpentry programs, and this is the cool thing. When we first started this, the reason I started Volt was for Mr. Style.
Right.
Because he would come and support the carpentry contest every year, but he didn't have anything because it was unequal. I actually started Volt because of Mr. Style.
Right.
But now Wake County has 3 electrical programs.
3 electrical
Because
programs.
of what we're doing, but I'd like to see an electrical program in every school. So over here, what we have at the Volt contest, there's 50 teams this year, which is, 25 teams, 50 students. So what's cool is Ag Mechanic does teach a little bit of electrical. So my electrical conduit are going into those classes for Ag Mechanic in Wake County and teaching them. So we've got, I think, 15 or 16 Ag Mechanic students in there competing. Last year, they beat 10.
Right. That's cool. So it's three electrical programs in Wake County, and
10
it's
carpentry.
10 carpentry. Now I was thinking last year when I was talking to you, it was going to be some HVAC programs.
There is. Rolesville just started an HVAC program, so I'm going to start meeting with Mr. Palmer about a contest that we can design for HVAC. We also have a welding contest called Spark.
Right.
And we do that up in Wake County, up at Capitol Boulevard. And again, that's Ag Mechanic students. It's really cool. So when the Ag Mechanic teachers came and said, Michelle, we do Volt and we do Shed. Can we do something with welding? And I'm like, well, what do you want to do? And we started talking. Well, come to find out, their welding stations were made out of wood. I'm no contractor, but I know
That's
you
not
can't
safe,
ground
is it?
wood.
Yeah. That's not really
So
safe.
I said, well, okay, we'll do it, but your first contest is going to be welding stations.
Right.
So I had a member donate all the fabrication materials
That's
for
good.
welding, and so now Wake County, all those schools have
Good.
welding.
You don't do plumbing, do you?
Not yet, because there's no schools that are doing it. So I try to follow what the schools are doing, and then I try to push the schools to start incorporating. The other thing I try to do too is I go around these contractors. If you're retiring, have you considered being a teacher? Because you do not have to have a teaching degree to teach CTE.
Right.
You have to have at least 6 years in the field of experience, and then they can give you what
Yeah.
you need for the training. So many, I tell them, your body's tired of climbing and crawling, come teach the trades that we're so short on. Because
Yeah.
who knows better than you?
Yeah, I think that's Tim's background. I don't think
It
he
is.
has a
He's an
background
electrician.
teaching. He was in the
No,
trade
no.
and kind of now
And
teaches
they
it.
make the best teachers.
They do.
Because they're more real life. These are real life experiences we're trying to teach you.
That's exactly right.
One year I had a student and he was kind of mouthing off to the inspector, which is the judge. So the inspectors are real life inspectors.
Right.
Judges. And I said, this is a really cool experience for you, because if you were on a real job site and you mouthed off like that to an inspector, guess what would happen to you? Your job would get shut down.
Yeah,
They have the power of the pen.
Yeah, usually they try to be friendly with the
Right.
inspectors, don't they? They
Right.
try to.
But everything we do with this, we try to incorporate real life situations so that they can learn from it.
Right.
And
Well,
so,
great.
So they've learned so many soft skills in addition to.
Well, great having us back out here this year.
Thank
So you
you,
think
thank
you're going to
you
be
so much.
permanently at
I
Rolesville now?
think so, because the principal just came out a minute ago. He was talking to me, and I told him, I said, we could never be back at Cary with what we got. He said, Michelle, as long as you want to come here, I'll find the real estate for you.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
But
a lot.
I think we'll see HVAC in the next year or two.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks for coming out.
Well, just that we want to thank Mr. Perry, our principal here, for being able to hold this event here. He's assured us, as long as he's a principal, he sees the value in the trades, and he wants this here every year now, so that we can expose our student body to what they may not see outside. The county, we want to thank them, and Mr. Style, who started the trades here, who's done an amazing job with the electrical side. He got me on board for the carpentry side, and I just hope that we can match what he's been doing. And he works tirelessly doing this. He's here after school, involved with all the contractors, and I'm happy to be able to take some of that work off of his plate. And now with our HVAC, Mr. Palmer, we have the only school in Wake County that has 3 trades. So we hope to be able to expand on that, but again, we're thankful to everybody in the county and the principal here at Rolesville.
Whoever scheduled today did a really good job because it's a pretty day.
What's that?
I said whoever scheduled today did a really good job because it's a pretty day. So,
Oh yeah.
So I don't know who
There's
scheduled
somebody
it.
up there listening and answering our prayers.
It turned out really great.
Yeah, it did.
So
It
thank
did.
you, and you wraps this up tomorrow. So
we wrap this up. The Volt will be done doing their work at noon, and then they have to actually take a code test,
right.
a book work after lunch. We'll finish these sheds tomorrow. They're done. The whistle blows. They're done. If a shed isn't complete, Friday the teachers come back and finish it up. Last year we only had one, and there wasn't a whole lot to do. The doors weren't hung right or whatever.
Gotcha.
But the teachers come back and assure that every shed is fit for the public.
Pass inspection.
Yeah, pass inspection.
Well, thank you.
You again for coming. Hope to see you here again next year.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. Nice seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, that kind of wraps up today. Appreciate everybody joining, and we'll talk to you at the next event. Okay guys, here we are. We're out here at the baseball game at Rolesville High School. They have an exciting year started and we're excited to be here. Basketball season is finished up and we're looking for some great baseball season now. We're out here watching this game. I think they play Willow Springs today, I think. So hope they get a win. Let's watch and see how they do. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, so I'm here today with Coach Groves. He's the athletic director here at Rolesville. He used to coach this team.
did.
How many years did you coach this
I
team?
was the coach for 9 years.
9 years.
So
do you miss, this is your first year not coaching?
First year not coaching, and yeah, I do miss it. I
do miss
There's
it.
certain days that I do miss it, but there's other days where I get to go home a little early.
Right.
Then I'm like, all right, I get to see my family a little bit earlier, and but this is my second family out here, so seeing them and watching them play is still fun to watch. I keep up with them on my phone, whether they're home or away, to make sure see how they're doing.
So we just saw a batter hit the ball and it hit the umpire.
Yeah.
The second base umpire. And they called him out. How is that possible?
No idea.
I mean, you've been coaching many years, so what happened there?
No idea. I just rolled up a little bit ago and I saw everybody standing around, so I was trying to figure out what happened. But from the sounds of it, I thought it would be a dead ball, single. But they must have had some other
something other happened, didn't it? So let me ask you this. So you feeling good about the team this year? But you feel good about Andrew, what he's doing?
I think he's doing a good job, and being a younger coach, he's finding things. Some things are not as easy as he thought it was, and some things are a little bit more difficult. And there's other things that I couldn't teach him. He has to learn on his own. So, but being a younger coach, he's faced a lot of challenges, a lot of adversity, and I think he's doing a pretty good job with it.
I think he is. I mean, I got to meet Andrew a little bit, and I even saw him some at football season. He's out
he
there
helps me out with the
talking to
football, and
so
helps me out with other things.
So I think he is doing a good job. So tell the people before we close, what you got going on out here, and why should people come out and watch? It's quite a few people here today.
For baseball?
It's a good little crowd. So why should you come out here and watch?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's just really good baseball in this entire area. There's really good baseball when it comes down to pitchers, hitters. I mean, I know we got a couple of people that are committed to play somewhere at the next level. We've seen some Division I arms, whether it was Broughton with Sam Harris, or if it was at Corneth Holders with Briggs McKenzie, who's going to LSU. So it's like we're seeing there's just a lot of good baseball out here, and it's fun to watch these kids before they get to that next level and before they compete at the next level. We've had many kids go on. Just a couple that are coming to my mind that are playing at high level right now. Kevin Jones is playing at UNC Wilmington. We have Michael Buckton is playing at Sanford. So we've had some big names go through as well. Jordan Overton's playing at Iona, and it's not just our team, but other teams that we're facing have good players as well, and it's good to watch those guys play now at high school before they get on to that next level and possibly get drafted.
It's a tough league, ain't it?
It's very tough.
Tough league in Wake County.
It's very tough.
Nice talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Appreciate you
Thanks
having
for
us
coming
out today. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well, hey, Tim.
How are you?
Good. Hope you're doing well.
Yes, sir, I am.
Nice to see you. Tim Baskerville, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, what do you do out here at Rolesville?
I'm an ISS coordinator here at the high school.
And you helping out with the baseball team?
Yes, sir.
What do you do with them?
Just I received the money for the game. I've been doing baseball, lacrosse, JV. I've been doing a little bit of all.
So you're the banker?
Yes, sir.
You keep up with the bank.
Copy that.
Tell us a little bit about the team. How well are they doing this year?
You know what? I be so busy. I love baseball, but I'm so busy paying attention to the folks that's coming in. I know a lot of these folks they've been coming in, but other than that, I enjoy what I'm doing right now.
They look pretty exciting.
They do.
They hit the ball hard, don't they?
Yes, sir. I like the chant that comes out. The chanting is funny that comes out the little chatter. Hilarious.
So tell the people what they need to come out here and see the game. What they have
Just
to do.
to
How much
enjoy.
it costs to? How much it costs?
$9.
$9.
Yes, sir.
And you come out here and you enjoy the beautiful weather.
Yes, sir. I love the sun. This is how I get my vitamin D because I'm stuck in the classroom all day. So I love to come out here and get the sun.
And have a good time.
Yes, sir. I do.
Well, nice meeting you, Tim.
Yeah, very nice to meet
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Timmy, you like coming out to the ball game?
Yeah.
Do your brother play or your friend play, or who you come out to watch?
Jason.
Jacob?
Jason.
Oh, Shayshawn, yeah. So is it fun watching?
Yes.
Does he usually win? Sometimes? Yeah. So what's your favorite thing about watching the game? What's your favorite? You don't know? You like being out here though, right?
Yes.
Well, it's been nice talking to you. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Thank you. All right.
Good job, Miss
Well,
Donna.
well, Well, hello everyone. I'm here at Rolesville High School with the new head coach, Andrew, and I'll talk to him a few minutes. So Andrew, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you? Other than the little gloomy weather.
Good. So you're the new head coach at Rolesville High School baseball team.
Yes, sir.
Been head coach for a couple months now, I
Yep.
guess. When does season actually start?
Season starts February 14th is when the end of tryouts starts, and then that next week we start scrimmaging and playing games.
Cool. Well, tell us a little bit about Andrew. Now, my understanding you went to school here.
I did. I graduated here in 2018, so this is a very familiar turf and territory. It's all pretty much come from when we had no seniors to a really packed school to where it looks like sardines in a can. So
what year did you start?
Started in 2014.
That's the second year.
Second year, correct.
You started the second year at Rolesville High School.
Yep.
So you was here from the beginning almost.
Mm-hmm.
So did you live in the area at the time?
Yeah, so I lived right around Triangle Town Center, right near that area. So that gives
And you decided to come back.
I did. I loved it. I mean, it was very familiar. I wanted to go somewhere where I knew I had a decent job to be able to come in and knew the head coach, which was Coach Gross at the time. So I knew that me and him would get along well. We would be able to mesh and take the program up from here. And
So assuming you played baseball here.
yes, I did.
So did you play for Coach Groves?
I did.
You
He
did?
came my second year. So
Okay.
we had Coach Powell was the first year that I was here, and then he went to I think Southern Nash or somewhere in Nash County, and then Coach Gross came the second year, and ever since then he's just been building it up. So I'm trying to take the reins.
Now he's your boss.
Correct. He
He's
is.
the athletic director.
He
Moved up
is.
from baseball coach to athletic director.
Yep.
So you had to fill your boss's shoes. How's that coming along?
I definitely was nervous a little bit, but I think that he did a really good job of showing me, the right steps and the right things to do to be able to step into those shoes and continue the track, and instead of going downhill, stay on the same path and go up from there.
Well, tell us a little bit about your style. How do you coach? What's your philosophy?
My philosophy starts in the off season. Obviously, we got to make sure the kids have good player development, make sure defense, offense, work on swing mechanics in the off season, And then my philosophy is you got to get it any way that we can. We got to play small ball, bunts, steals, kind of more of the old school style of baseball rather than the new school, just, go up there, hit, hit, hit. Definitely want to still hit, but definitely try to play as a team, get, one base at a time and try to score, put runners in scoring position and then score them from there.
So you said small ball. What is that for people that's not really baseball familiar with what you're talking about?
Small ball is more bunts, hit and runs, more like actual IQ of the game rather than just going up there and trying to hit home runs and stuff like that. So putting bunts down, sacrificing yourselves. Hit and run is where runner steals and the batter swings, even no matter where the pitch is, they try to put the ball in play on the ground. So that way we can get the runner from first to third or possibly even scoring from there. It just makes the game move a lot quicker, in my opinion, and it makes things more fun and interesting.
So it's like more of a team ball.
Yes, correct.
You're playing as a team. Everybody's got to play their part.
Yep.
About no heroes and no superstars.
There's heroes and superstars sometimes, but baseball is very, very much a team sport.
So what are you looking, this is your first year of coaching, so I guess it's all new. What were you looking forward to? What was your expectations?
I was really looking forward to being able to bond with all of the players and create that relationship like me and Coach Gross had because, like you said, I was a player here, and he did a really good job of kind of taking me under his wing, showing me, how things go and how it should be done. And I was really looking forward to being that, role model to these kids coming up because I knew I needed that growing up. So, you come through all different types of backgrounds with these kids. So you just kind of want to be that, rock and support and escape for them from reality. So that's kind of the most thing that I was looking forward to, and just seeing the players come from freshman year, little old Timmy, to senior year being, the person that they are, not just baseball-wise, but who they are as a person.
Right. Now, I know you mentioned it was more like a team concept, everybody playing together as a team. What is the big strength? Do you have any really great players that's going to go into college level?
Yes, we do. Our shortstop right now, Carter Da Silva, he's going to Concord University. We got a really good second baseman, Logan Daniel. He's a sophomore. He's uncommitted right now. And then Cooper Redfern, pitcher, first baseman, Zach Overton, our catcher. We got a lot of really solid guys, especially on defense. And they definitely have a really bright future ahead of them.
What's your weakness? What do you need more, pitchers or catchers?
Pitching, I think we're okay, honestly. I was kind of worried, especially from last year. We had Nate Hollenbeck and Dalen Boykin. Those were our two main guys, and Andrew Reynolds, our third guy. So losing those definitely was a little bit of a scare, but we had a lot of guys step up in those starter roles, and we really haven't had much struggle pitching-wise. I would say our biggest thing is situational hitting. Our guys know how to hit. They definitely can hit, but it's just knowing, the situation, what to do and stuff like that. So that's the thing most that I'm trying to work on with them now is the situational and IQ aspect of the game.
Yeah, and you play in the 4A division,
Correct.
Which is the toughest division in the state.
Yes, it is.
So what's that like playing baseball? I know some of the sports do really well in that high division here at Rolesville. What is it like for the baseball team? And also, I think in the area, the conference with Wake Forest and Wakefield, it's a pretty tough conference.
It's definitely one of the tougher conferences in North Carolina, I would say. I personally would rather play tougher teams. That way the guys know what it's actually like to, play guys at high level, because everybody wants to be a high level player, but not everybody wants to put in the work to be a high level player. So us actually playing, against those high level teams that have had the, name put out there for years and years to come, has really shown, who we can be and who we, want to be here in the future.
And what do you want to be?
I definitely want to be one of those high-level teams that, when they see Rolesville on schedule, they're like, oh, crap, we're definitely going to have to play our A game. So that's definitely what I want to move Rolesville into.
So Rolesville, baseball, they never won a conference championship since they've reopened. Never did that. Is that something feasible, possible?
Oh, it's definitely something possible. this year we're definitely going to have to fight for it, but I think next year, especially with the young talent that we have, all the sophomores and some of the freshmen coming up, I definitely think that it is very feasible in the next coming years.
So how do you get the best athletes playing baseball at the school? I know the school was over 2,000 kids now, and I imagine half of those may be men or boys. So how do you get the best ones playing baseball? Or is that just a natural thing, or you have to work at that?
So some of it does come natural. I mean, baseball is not an easy sport that you can just pick up first, second year and come out and be a superstar. Most of these kids that do come out on the baseball team, they've been playing for since they were t-ball, little kids, middle school, some of them. But it's definitely a sport that you need years of experience in, especially at the high school level, to be able to succeed. But it starts, like I said, in the off season. We start in September. So we just try to get as many kids interested as possible, work with them on their mechanics, on the IQ, aspect of the game. So it's definitely, not something that they just come out and they're able to do everything all at once. It's definitely a working sport that you have to constantly work in. It's definitely not like riding a bike where you just, stop and pick up whenever you want to. It's something that you got to continuously grind for and stay with it.
Right. I know it takes time to build a program.
It
if
does.
you want a program, you can't do that in 1 year. You have some good players in 1 year, but build a program. So are you involved with some of the rec leagues around town? Some of the, I guess the junior high baseball teams that's at the junior high school. Do you involve yourself with them, or is that future plans?
This is definitely future plans. This first year, I was kind of just feeling it out, seeing what we were able to do. The first 5 weeks, we had something every Saturday. So the first 5 Saturdays, we were going 6 days a week. And I know that's when most of the kids work, so I try to not necessarily do all the Saturdays in a row. But I see a lot of other schools do, the elementary school events, middle school events. And that's something that I do want to do in the future. I just got to figure out, who to contact and what all to be able to do with that. So it's definitely in the future plans.
So when you're in junior high, middle school, I guess they call it now. When I was going to school, they called it junior high. But when you're in middle school, do you choose what school you want? If you're a baseball player in middle school, do you get to somewhat pick what school you want to, or is it?
Not necessarily. It's based off of zoning, where you live at. Some people do transfer out and stuff like that. I mean, we have people transferring to different schools all the time, but for the most part, it is just where you live. So you don't necessarily get to pick and choose. You you get your cards handed to you, and you got to play with them.
So we don't lose a lot of the Rolesville kids to Wake Forest or something like that.
Some of them, since they know the Wake Forest name, they might transfer out and stuff like that. But
you want to change that?
Yeah, I do want to change that. I want to make sure that all the kids that are here in Roseville, around Roseville, and go to Roseville Middle School come up to play at Rolesville High School. It sucks that the Roseville Middle School disbanded their baseball team this year due to only 4 teams in the conference, so that it wasn't applicable for them to keep doing it. So hopefully soon they can start middle school ball back up.
And I guess as the years go by, the kids in the middle schools will get to know you more.
Yeah, absolutely.
They get to know the program.
Mm-hmm.
They may, want to be part of the program. So, what do you see? What do you see? And you actually played for Coach athletic director, Coach Gross. What do you see different in your team and his team? What are you trying to do different in your team this year that maybe wasn't in the past? And maybe he won't get mad at you telling us about that.
In the past, I feel like we've had a hard time trying to get the team all involved together and be more of a family, and that wasn't on Coach Gross by any means. It's also on the kids as well. But I've definitely tried to make it more of a family-like environment, make sure everybody knows that, we're here to pick each other up, not tear each other down, even if we have to give constructive criticism. Listen to it, understand it, know that it's just for the betterment of you and the team instead of, just tearing you down and picking on you. And just creating that environment that people want to come to. Because, like the old baseball saying, build the field, they will come.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I want to do with the aspect, because you can have all the talent in the world, but if nobody likes each other, you may have a good team 1 year, and then after that it just goes downhill. So.
Well, good luck with the team. I think it'd be great to have a great first year. And
Yeah.
then we still got that to accomplish. So good luck with that. But we talked a little bit about the program. So what do you this year? I guess naturally you get to feel things. But do you have goals? Do you have 5-year goals, 10-year goals?
Yes.
In other words, do you want to? Is there some teams? Like I know in football, when Rolesville started, the team to beat was Wake Forest. So are there some schools out there that Rolesville's never beat that you want to say, we need to beat that team to get our name on the list?
I wouldn't say never beat. Back when I was in school, we had a battle with Heritage and Wake Forest. Still have that rivalry with Heritage and Wake Forest now. And Wake Forest being one of the top teams in the state, they're definitely that team that we want to beat, and we want to make sure that we sweep the series with them. But they're a tough team. They're solid. They bring their A game almost every game, so we definitely are going to have to bring ours. But talking about 5-year year goals and stuff like that, I do want to win conference tournament and conference champions. And then I want to win states, and then go on from there. So those are definitely my plans as far as winning. I do want to also build a better facility, and I mean, Coach Gross has done an amazing job going from a chain link fence to having everything that we do now. So it definitely has come a really long way, and I definitely want to continue that trend with making the facility as best as it can be in an environment that everybody wants to be in and come to.
Yeah, I think facilities is important.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I'm not sure about the scoreboard, but I know one of the things you guys don't have is lights.
Yes.
And if you're going to play night games,
I know.
you got to have lights, right?
Yeah.
You got to have lights to play at night. And some schools play at night.
Yes.
So is it a disadvantage to play teams that are used to playing at night if you don't play at night?
I would definitely say it's a disadvantage, especially like I'm gonna just use Wakefield as an example. They have lights. They've had lights for a long time, and they were our first night game this year. And some of the boys, especially once it goes, that not pitch black time of night, when it's still getting just dark enough. It's once it goes over those lights, it's really hard to see the ball. So I feel like if we did have lights, maybe have a couple practices underneath them, it would definitely help out a lot. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure as you know, if we were to get lights, softball would have to as well. And I know some of the assistant principals don't want to get them because that just means they got to stay here longer. But I do want to get lights. That's just in the long term. I had a great idea and still do, but it's got to be put forward. Contacting the electric company that does the school already, have them donate the lights or whatever it is, and then it's a win-win for them. They donate the lights, be able to write it off on their taxes or whatever, and then they get paid monthly from us using it or however that works. So in my opinion, it's a win-win, but we got to put that play in motion.
Yeah, and it's maybe something we can work together on at some point in time. I do know it makes a difference. I mean, when I was in high school, which was a long time ago. We didn't have lights, and I know when tournament time comes, a lot of those games was under lights because we got other places. You never could. If you weren't used to playing lights, you just get wiped out.
That's tough.
And is that the way it is today? Most of the tournament games, a lot of tournament games under lights.
I would say it just depends, honestly. I would definitely like the spring break tournaments and stuff like that. Some of the games are at night. You got we played at 7 o'clock over the tournament, 4 o'clock, and 1 o'clock. So you're definitely going to have night games throughout the season. It's not going to be a plethora of them where you're consistently under the lights. You might have 3 to 5 or however many games under them, but for the most part, they're a majority 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock start.
Well, good. And how many seniors you have on it? Is a lot of the guys this year seniors?
We have 10 seniors this year, so we definitely 10.
Wow.
Yeah, so we got a big group of seniors this year.
So you got to regroup next year then.
Yeah. Yes, and
well, you mentioned a couple. I've talked to you before. You mentioned a couple of your players that are not seniors, that are key players.
Yeah.
So you got them to build.
Yes. we definitely have a lot of young talent that I'm looking forward to seeing what they do in the next 2-3 years. So
how many baseball players do you have at one time? I think when I was in high school we had 15 and 16.
So JV right now has 14 players, and then varsity has 21 players.
And are you gonna mix them a little bit?
So yeah, there's a couple of the JV guys. There's 3 JV guys that I bring up occasionally and have them play with us at varsity. But for the most part, my ideal number is around 18, 19.
Yeah, so that's 35 total with the 2 teams. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that big. So 10 with that number is not extremely bad.
No, not too bad.
Yeah. So that's cool. What else you like to tell us about the team? Where can people come and watch you play?
I mean, they can come and watch us play at Rolesville always. We have a website that they could follow at RolesvilleRamsBaseball.com. It's a Google site that we upload all of our stuff to. And we also have our Instagram page, Rolesville Baseball, that they could follow and see where we play at. It just depends. I mean, this week we play at Nightdale and we play Willow Springs here at home. But sometimes we travel to Fuquay, sometimes we travel to other areas surrounding, like Orange High School. I mean, that's one of the further games that we've had this year, about an hour away. South Garner as well. So.
Right. Well, that's good. Well, nice talking to you. If anything I can do for you, let me know. And we're going to be taking some shots of the team as they play, maybe this week. So nice talking to you.
Sweet. Nice talking to you too. Thank you for your time. Absolutely.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We had a very exciting time putting it together. It was very nice weather. I hope you are able to enjoy the weather. Here it's getting to be summertime and be here soon. So, hope you guys are getting out, starting enjoying that. And we had really a great show with the two things we covered out here at Rolesville High School. This is a great high school out here. We got a lot of kids out here, a lot of teachers, great teachers and things, and really excited about being able to be part of Rolesville High School. And thank you very much for watching the show today. And we will be back next month. Thank you very much.